session is a session for hangovers. Not just for hangovers, you don't have to be hungover to do this video. You might just be feeling a little bit low energy, you may be having some headaches, just sort of a couple of rough days. We all have them, and you might not want something too intense or to go crazy with your yoga practice. So we're just going to be really focusing on some very, very gentle movements, holding the postures, and really focusing on reducing maybe some bloating, like I said, headaches, and to try and pick up that energy a little bit. Filming this on New Year's Day, so I know that a lot of us have maybe gone a bit crazy over the holiday season, so this might be the perfect little practice that you need just to pick yourself up and to give yourself some grace, go gently, and just be kind to yourself. So for this practice, you can have a couple of blocks. You may even want a pillow or a bolster. I don't have mine with me today, but that might be something that makes the postures feel a little bit more easeful. And then we're going to start on our backs. So come to lie down. And really, a lot of this practice is done lying down. So if you want to do it from your bed, then please feel free. So taking a lie down, and we'll start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So placing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall out. And just have a little play around with where you want the heels to be. So closer to the groin is a little bit more intense and is a little bit more of a stronger hip opening. And then if you place the heels a bit further away, this is slightly softer for our body. And then I invite you to place one hand very, very tenderly and gently on the belly and one hand on the heart space. Allow the eyes to close and to just feel into sensation. Finding the breath. And we may like to remind ourselves here of this Buddhist concept of, or this Buddhist teaching of anicca. And what this means is that everything is temporary, everything is constantly changing. So if we're feeling slightly sorry for ourselves, if we're experiencing some pain, or it may be self-inflicted, that's okay. Can we just take a moment to remind ourselves here that nothing ever lasts forever. The good or the bad, it's all temporary. It's all changing. And can we meet this moment with a sense of equanimity, of balance, of, it's okay. It's okay for whatever is here to be here. And maybe through doing this, we feel some of the tension ease. We feel the mind soften or the body soften as we just allow. And then beginning to nourish the body and the nervous system, the breath, by taking some clearing breaths. We'll breathe in through the nose, pulling the breath all the way up to the crown of the head. And then fully release out through the mouth. And you might want to make a little sound, a hum, a sigh. Maybe the sound is bigger. Breath in. Clearing breath out. Be dramatic here. Be big here with your breath. Breathe in. Clearing breath out. Last time, big breath in. And clearing breath out. So as we're breathing in, we are inviting new oxygen, new energy into the body, revitalizing the cells. And as we breathe out, we're just letting go of all those toxins or whatever it is that you've got going on today. Release the hands. Start to gently bring the knees up towards the ceiling. And then we'll hug the knees in towards the chest and give that lower back just a massage on your mat. Side to side. Nice work. Cactus the arms and let the legs fall over, or the knees fall over to the left. Scooch the hips over to the right in our supine twist. And maybe we take our gaze over that right shoulder, plugging the right shoulder down. And if you want more of a twist here, take the right knee up slightly and use that left hand to press down on the outside of the right knee. And with twists again, we are inviting this fresh blood into our body. We are really revitalizing our systems. We'll take a breath in, back to center. And a breath out to let the knees fall towards the right this time. Again, choose your modifications with your supine twist, whatever your body needs today. You may even have a little rock from side to side if you feel like something needs clicking. And whenever we're in our posture, let's focus on that big, deep breathing. And take a breath in, back to center. And a breath out, we will come into happy baby. So taking the knees towards the armpits and taking the outsides of the feet or the legs and just having a rock from side to side. Good, coming back to center. Reaching out nice and long with the legs and the arms, reaching the fingers back, pointing the toes. Big breath in. Releasing breath out. Making a banana shape, we'll walk the legs and the arms over to the left. So we've got this C-curl shape, bending through the left side body and extending through the right. And if you want a little bit more, we can cross, I always forget which foot it is. We can cross that right foot over the left just to create some more length and take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. And just hang out here for a few breaths. Really opening up that right side lung, allowing us to breathe a little bit easier. And then walking it back to center, over to the opposite side. So walking over to the right this time and maybe grasping that right hand or that right wrist with the left hand and crossing the left ankle over the right. And next breath in, coming back to center.
big reach up. Once again, reach the hands out, reach the legs out, the feet. Big breath in. And clearing breath out. Hugging the knees into the chest. And giving yourself a little rock. Coming up to seated. Taking as many rocks as you'd like. Maybe it feels nice. Maybe today it doesn't. Take the legs out in front. And just place the hands behind the back. And just start to give the neck a roll around. Nice and softly. And especially if we've got a headache, this could feel really good for the head and the neck. Let's take those circles the opposite direction. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Taking it nice and slowly onto our hands and knees. Spreading the fingers out nice and wide, and we'll gently ease into our spine by taking some cat-cow. So as we inhale, arch the spine, gaze forward, lift the tailbone. And as we exhale, start to round, press the tops of the feet against the mat, press the earth away and gaze in between the legs. Breath in as we lift, we arch, we open. And breath out as we round, we close. We pull the belly button into the spine. And continue in between these cat-cows, just tuning into what is alive for you in this practice, in this moment. Asking yourself what it is you need today to give yourself grace, to give yourself compassion. Remembering that everything is temporary, and if we're feeling rubbish, it will pass. But for now, just have this intimacy with the moment. Telling ourselves that everything belongs here, everything is allowed. And let's go one more on the cat and the cow. And then sliding those knees back slightly, we'll come forward and roll onto the belly and the chest. And we'll take a sphinx on the forearms, or if you want to go a little bit more, we can take a low cobra or a high cobra. Stretching out the front of the belly, stretching out the chest, opening up the heart, the lungs, and again, just allowing us to breathe a little bit easier. Still keeping this softness. Maybe we drop the chin towards the chest to lengthen through the back of the neck. And maybe we take a rock from side to side. Again, just honor the body and what it needs. On our next exhale, let the pelvis guide the movement. We'll bring the glutes down towards the heels. Take the legs or the knees out nice and wide and soften into our child's pose. And for me, what feels really nice in child's pose, especially when I am full of a headache or a cold, is to roll the forehead on a block or on the mat, just side to side. And then we'll take a soft twist here, reaching the right arm underneath the left, reaching forward with the left arm, fingertips plug in, right ear to the ground. And finding a soft thoracic twist. Take a breath in, we'll reach back to center. Take a moment here to reset in our child's pose. And our breath out to reach the left, underneath the right, left ear comes down to the ground, and we reach the right arm forward to create more a bit of a dynamic stretch. Beautiful, we'll come back to center, untwist. Take one more breath here. And big clearing breath out through the mouth. Starting to roll up through the spine. Nice and slowly, we'll come to our seat. Good. And placing the soles of the feet together, your option here is either to stay in Baddha Konasana with the knees falling out and take a forward fold. Or if you want more of an intense hip opening, we can come to Upavista Konasana, our wide leg seated forward fold. Rolling the thighs out and then either stay in here or just gently walking the hands forward. Maybe we have a bolster or a cushion or a couple of blocks and we just let ourselves melt towards the ground. Walking the hands back up whenever we're ready. Taking those legs together. Taking the hands behind the back and just letting the knees fall from side to side. Good. And then extending the left leg out in front. We'll take the right sole of the foot on the outside of the left thigh. Flex that left foot. Take the right fingertips behind the back. As we inhale, lift up through the left arm. And as we exhale, either hook the elbow onto the knee or we'll hug the knee in towards the chest and twist to the right. And if you find that the breath has become short and sharp here, that might suggest that we just need to ease off that twist a little bit so we can lengthen through the spine. And then maybe we come back in or we hold. The breath is our anchor and the breath comes first. So if we are not breathing properly, then there's no point being in these physical shapes or forms. The breath is always our guide. Take a breath in to come to center and a breath out to counter twist towards the left hand side, just bowing the head, placing the fingertips down. Beautiful. Let's take a switch of the legs. Right leg extends, left sole of the foot plants. Left fingertips behind the back as we inhale, lift through the right arm. And as we exhale, either hug or hook as we twist over to the left. And as we think about the practice coming to a close, again, just asking yourself how you can give yourself some more grace in this moment or this day. Especially if we are hungover. I don't know if anyone else gets the anxiety, but it's not usually very pleasant. So, what are the words that you need to hear? Or even, what is the action that you need to take? The fact that you've shown up on your yoga mat is huge. I know that there's some days that I've been hungover or tired or low energy, and I've just not wanted to do anything at all, and that is also okay. We give ourselves grace and compassion. Coming back to center. And taking a counter twist towards the right. Coming back to center. And taking the legs out in front, we'll roll down through the spine. Nice, and just hug the knees in towards the chest and give yourself that squeeze, rocking from side to side. And then my favorite restorative posture is we'll go into legs up the wall, and this is where we can have our shavasana as well. So our options here, if you don't have a wall free, are just to let the legs extend towards the ceiling, or you can place a cushion or a block underneath the hips. And this feels really nice. Or we can scooch the bum close to a wall and just let those legs or let the heels rest against the wall. Scooching forward so the tailbone is touching that corner of the wall, and then reaching out through the arms so we've got this nice spread of the collarbones, of the chest, of the heart. I invite you to relax the shoulders here, to feel the heaviness of the head, and to close the eyes. Feel the breath in the body, and feel with that breath what is alive for you in this moment. What sensations can we observe? And how can we meet the moment with as much equanimity as possible? And instead of wanting to run away or run towards, in other words, craving or aversion, how can we just be with whatever is? And letting go of any focus for the last couple of minutes. Not trying to control anything, the body, the mind, the environment, the thoughts. It just all is. And please feel free to stay for as long as you would like. I recommend doing at least 10 minutes of this posture. If you are ready to come out and end the practice, then bring the knees towards the chest. Take a roll over to the left-hand side, into our fetal position. Just holding here, wrapping yourself up, maybe hugging the knees in. And I invite you to think or to visualize something that you are incredibly grateful for. We have this tendency to focus on what's wrong and the negative and how we want the next moment to be different and our lack. But what is there right now that we can express our gratitude for? And we'll end on that note, bringing ourselves up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall, hands together, bringing the forehead or the thumbs between the forehead, reminding us of the power of our thoughts and our mind. The thumbs to the throat, reminding us of the power of our voice, our words and our truth. And thumbs to heart center, reminding us of the power of the love that is both inside of us and all around us. Taking a final clearing breath together, breathing in through the nose, release through the mouth. I wish you an amazing day, week, month, year, and thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.